Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel Disturbance. This is an M53, M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. It's located on the east spawn of Sand River and it's under the command of ChaosWarlord. Battle started. Well, that's the 8-inch howitzer, no doubt about it, which makes this an M55 as used by the US Army. Yep, it was the US Marines that actually used the M53 with a 155mm gun, but the US Army, they wanted the big gun, the 8-inch howitzer, 203mm of pain for the enemy. And, well, an enemy tank's been spotted. It's a Progetto 46 who's wandered out. Oh, bless. He's all on his own and he's about to get spanked. Yep, that one was a direct hit. He's got thin armour. If that was a penetrating round, he's lost a huge amount of hit points. In fact, it will do 1050 alpha on this gun and 52mm of armour. And I suspect that did penetrate it because the rear armour on a Progetto is thinner than 50mm. It's virtually negligible. So the next time we see that Progetto, I think he'll be missing virtually all of his hit points. Okay, we're going for one of the Barask. One of the tanks I didn't manage to get. Well, that was a non-penetrating shot, that one, 498 hit points. I didn't manage to get it because I couldn't take part in the marathon because I was too busy doing videos, I'm afraid. Yeah, sometimes you do have to give up something if you want to get your videos done. Yeah, and what I have to give up is getting any of the premium tanks. So I don't have a Renegade and I don't have a Barask. And I probably never will get one until Wargaming gives me a content creator's pass, or rather makes me a content creator and then gives me the tanks for free. But I don't mind. In the meantime, I don't really need those tanks. What I need is Arty. And another direct hit, and this time he wiped the Barask out because the shell actually hit the rear armour, definitely went into the engine bay, and that's the end of that tank. So some nice shooting from ChaosWarlord. He's only showing 498 hit points, but I suspect he's got a lot more than that at the moment. The Progetto has been seen in the meanwhile. He was actually seen back near the enemy camp, and that kind of suggests that he's actually now got so little hit points he can't take place in the battle properly. Well, that Waffenträger's been seen, and it's been splashed for 193 hit points. Now, the burst radius on this Arty is 11.1 meters, and that's not much less than a T92, because the T92 has 12 meters, I think it is. I think it's 12 with the standard shells and 13.5 with the premium. At least I think so. Don't quote me on that. Okay, he's got two tanks for the price of one now. Got an Emil 2 and a Carnarvon. Well, I think the Emil's the one that needs the priority shell. 381 off that one. He's got weak side armour, but his front armour is really, really tough. So putting the shell on that guy sort of equalises him a little. We've got a couple of tanks nearby, so if we can put some pain on the Emil, that will help us out. Oh, our AMX 1390, just a quick left turn. And yeah, you can see the Emil down to 63%, and he looks like he's chasing that AMX 1390. Changed his mind though. Rounds out. Direct hit. Yes! Right on the money again. I think if you heard Klaus Kellerman's videos today, and I probably did mention this in a previous video, but he actually said, and now for the money shot, and he was about to complete a mission, and unfortunately he got killed instead, which was rather unfortunate. And the Emil is now missing another huge wedge of his hit points. He's down to by another 20%. And that T55A, well, he's walking into a whole load of danger. And ChaosWarlord's getting ready to ambush him, as is that Centurion. Pretty sure that T55, if he gets too close, he's going to get spanked. And it is a reward tank, that one. Rounds out. 194 hit points, and the Emil's coming down to join the T55, which of course is going to give ChaosWarlord another chance to actually do a lot of damage to them. You notice how he's relocating after every shot to make absolutely certain that he can get shots on these guys and not be counter-batteried. Almost loaded. That T55A is asking for trouble because he's staying stationary. So is the Emil too. And in fact, I think, yes, ChaosWarlord just noticed that. The Emil makes a better hit. And, well, 238 off the Emil. And he got, well, no, it's actually 238 stun assist. 166 actual damage. But the Emil's almost out of health now. And he goes down. But unfortunately, we lose the 1390 to that T55A. Okay, but he is basically, I think he's a two-shot, that C55A. If the GSOR gets behind him and puts a round through him, then I think ChaosWarlord can finish him off. He's almost loaded. He's tracked. Oh yes, what a shot! He took damage just before that shell went in. The one that tracked him actually did put a hole in him as well. But the round went in and he was gone. Oh yes, those are what we like. You know, if a tank driver tracks a vehicle and enables him to be motionless for a few seconds, it's all we need to take care of business and put a shell right into them. Okay, we're now looking for that Waffenträger auf Panzer IV, who's somewhere up in that height, but we don't know precisely where. Oh, and another Baraska's coming to sight. He's a one-shot, he goes down. Carnarvon. Okay, now we can put some pain on him. Work out where he's going. He's backing up. Nice shot. Lands in front of him, unfortunately. RNG, the Russian number generator, said niet. And unfortunately, the shell did not hit the target. And he can't get too close. So that GSOR might be able to spot ChaosWarlord. He doesn't want to go too low in the dune either, because if he does, then he might not be able to shoot at the GSOR. He's now trying to work out a solution. The GSOR is headed this way and gets, well, basically gets his ass handed to him. They weren't going to, that Emil and T54, they weren't going to let that guy get past them. Okay, here we go. Rounds out. This looks good. And it's a direct, oh, he's a killer! Yes, he got the Carnarvon. In fact, it appeared a split second afterwards, so I wonder if that was an arsonist as well, but I suppose we'll find out at the end of the game. It may have just been a delay in the computer. But there's only 5 enemies remaining. And, well, we know there's a Waffenträger up there somewhere. We're not loaded yet, but the GSOR's found him. And, well, GSOR pulls away. The Waffenträger thinks about pulling out. And, oh, unfortunately, the shell went long. And we only splashed the Waffenträger for 224. But he's pulled down off the heights. And now the best thing to do under those circumstances is outflank the Waffenträger. Go around the heights. Come up the other side. Now, I know there's a whole load of tank destroyers down there. But the Waffenträger isn't going to be expecting somebody to go around. Especially with those guys behind him. T28 lined up. And yep, the guys have got the spots on them now. You can splash the T28. And 183 hit points, 2 critical hits. And ChaosWarlord's moving up the map. Get closer to your enemy and you get a quicker reaction time. Much more chance that you can do damage to the enemy. And he's picked up some more stun assist there. Okay, now that Waffenträger is going to be a very difficult target to hit because he's on the downslope of that approach to the hill. But we do know there's a T54 lightweight there. And there's also that Progetto, the same one he hit at the start of the battle. He's over the other side of the north bank of the river. In fact, we don't think we've seen him, but they have seen him. Other members of the team have seen the Progetto. So it would be nice to know how much in the way of hit points he has. But I rather suspect we'll find out during the end of battle results exactly what he did to that Progetto. Waffenträger's now outnumbered. One's going around. And there's the T54 lightweight. Oh, yes! 430 hit points. More stun assist. More. Yep. The T-54 lightweight is now toast. He's gone. There's only one left. It's the Arty. The Progetto was killed by the Barask in the North Bank. And now, oh, almost flip. And so it's just the enemy Arty. And there he is. We're not loaded yet, but we might get a chance. A shot at him. GSOR's going in for the kill. We're loaded. Rounds out. Oh, and unfortunately... Well, he got the clangs, so he definitely was bang on target. Accurate shooting. So, 2.8k recorded, but I think it's probably going to be a lot more than that. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for ChaosWarlord in the M53, M55. He got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 23 in that one. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And high caliber for getting the highest damage in the game overall. Now, where is that Progetto? See how much damage he did. Look at that! 1,168 hit points. It did penetrate him. It went in right through his posterior. Must have come out the other side, actually, I think. But that's a huge penetrating shot on the enemy there. He also got a penetrating shot there on that Batchat, the Batchat Barask. That was the other one he wiped out when it hit the engine bay. So two enemy tanks. He hit the engine bay and took them out. Very well done indeed. Well, he didn't take out that one, but sorry, he did actually penetrate him rather nastily. So yes, he was badly damaged, shall we say. Let's have a look at the team scores. 5,313 hit points of damage from that game. He actually ended the battle showing 2,800, but oh my gum, he did a lot more than that. A lot more. The next highest score after him was the Progetto on the enemy team with 2,650. Not the one that was actually killed, I think, or was it? Was it the one that was killed? Yes, it was. The one that he killed was actually their best player. And he must have really badly hurt that guy, because after losing virtually all of his hit points with one shot, he then had to play the rest of the game with the possibility of being wiped out. But he still managed to get the second highest damage in the game even so. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with the T-54, the Batchat Barask, and the T-28 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he still got the top. Yeah, so top in all three columns, technically. 1,269 base experience points, the only player over 1,000 base, and 984 to the Udes, and 972 to the Batchatillon Barask. So let's have a look at detail. 15 shots fired, 6 direct hits, 2 penetrations, splash of 13, damage of 5,313 hit points, and all of it was done at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 1,909 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 45,289 credits. He got 50,000 for the Veni Vidi Vici, so this must have been his first battle of the day. So first one, straight out the box, he gets a battle like this. Ace tanker. Yeah, he's a practiced Arty player. He, after ammunition reload, and this is expensive ammo, he still made a huge profit of 71,494 credits. He received 1,269 XP, got 3,808 from personal missions payout, and took away 5,712 altogether. So that was a really excellent game in the M53, M55, and it goes to show why this is such a flexible Arty. It's got the wide arc of fire because of the turret, and it's reasonably quick. It's got a heavy hitting gun, a really heavy hitting gun. It's very accurate, and it's a lot of fun to play. It really is. So well done there, ChaosWarlord. I hope you enjoyed that replay, and if you did enjoy that replay, you know, give it a tick up, and leave a comment down below to encourage ChaosWarlord to send us more replays like this. And thank you for watching.